So in this episode of Book of the Beast, we're going over Ghazghkull Thraka. And the interesting is that he's been moved from an HQ slot to a Lord of War, which is interesting for only 225 points. I don't know if it really needs to be a Lord of War, but I guess just because of his legendary status. However, he's remained virtually identical to the previous book. The price is the same, his war gear is the same, his abilities are the same. So if you use Ghazghkull before, you're probably going to use him exactly like he was. The differences are pretty minor. He comes with Warlord trait, Prophet of the Wa, which means that when he causes Wa, everybody's fearless, just like before. And Prophet of Gork and Mork, so that when he calls his Wa, if he's a Warlord, he gains a 2-up invulnerable save, just like before. And in addition, Ghazghkull and all other models in his unit that are equipped with Mega Armor can run on a turn in which he calls the Wa, despite having slow and purposeful special rule. So that's really cool, being able to get that 2-up invul save, be able to run in Mega Armor, and still assault. And he doesn't take an HQ slot. I mean, not everywhere is going to let you run a Lord of War, even Ghazghkull. But most tournaments are going to let you. So you can take the Ghazghkull as a Warlord, being a Lord of War, and still have all your HQ slots for things like Pain Boys and War Bosses with Lucky Sticks. Put him in a unit with a War Boss with Lucky Stick, and now he's Weapon Skill 7. And he still has the absolutely useless Stick Bombs, so you can throw that Strength 3 template if you really wanted to. I love how things with Power Claws have Assault Grenades. But anyway, Furious Charge, Eternal Warrior, been a character model, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, nothing's changed. So when would you take Ghazghkull? I think the really awesome idea is that you still have your HQ slots if you take him. And he'll be your Warlord, of course. And he'll be able to do everything he's done before. There's really no change in any significant way other than being able to run with your Mega Knobs the turn he calls his Wa. And still have the old model. This is still the same model. It still comes with twinning shooters instead of the single big shooter on the model. So I don't know if it used to come with twinning shooters before the previous book. I didn't take a look, but yeah. He's still an absolute beast stick, having that Eternal Warrior. He's still toughness 5, Eternal Warrior. So if you put him with Pain Boy, anything that's Strength 10 is going to deny and feel no pain. But you've got a 2-up invul save. Who cares? Massive weapon skill. Still 5 base attacks, so 6 on the charge, just like always. Oh no, they got rid of that plus the extra attack on the charge. That's fine. I didn't realize that. So that is one thing that's changed. Is he used to gain +2 attack on the charge, and he just gains the normal +1. That's fine. There's no problem with that at all. He still has 5 base attacks. Leadership 9. Would be nice if it was Leadership 10. That's something I thought about in the last book. But putting him with Mad Doc would be really cool. That way everybody's fearless and doesn't really matter. He's still a beat stick. You can actually still do things like put him in battle wagons, and you probably want to put him in a battle wagon with some Mega Knobs and a War Boss with Lucky Stick and Feel No Pain, one either from a Mad Doc or... Because you want to get this guy... He is a close combat... He's still an absolute close combat monster. He's going to come in and just wreck whatever he touches. Wraith Knights, Night Titans. Of course, he gets a stomp on 6 on the stomp. Well, then he just disappears. But so that's one. That's something to think about. But he's just got such high weapon skill, such high attacks, and his strength 10, AP 2. Just he's just absolutely fucking amazing. I've played Ghazghkull quite a bit, and everything is good. He's such a threat, and there's very few things in the game that can really hurt him. Maybe, as I said, Night Titan stomping him is really the only thing he has to really worry about. I have had him run away a few times, which can kind of suck, but... And he doesn't have the ability to call his Wa at any time anymore. So there's two changes. He lost the ability to call it at any time, and he lost the extra attack on the charge, which is fine. I mean, neither one. I mean, being able to get that 2+ invul save it when you needed it was kind of nice, but it wasn't like game changing. So just the two things to keep in mind if you're playing Ghazghkull now. And of course, not everyone's going to let you play a Lord of War for some reason, even though it's just exactly the same, maybe even a little less powerful than before. Because because he doesn't have a invulnerable save anymore, unless it's actually during the law. So Ghazghkull is awesome. I still like the model, and I still have a Ghazghkull. I'll play him once in a while. Actually, I haven't played him under the new book at all, but I don't see any reason not to play him. For the downside, for the things he's lost, he more than makes up for it in the fact he doesn't take an HQ slot, which gives you your HQs available for other things. So that's it for this episode of Book of the Beast, and I'll talk to you guys later.